We are live. We have an incredible show tonight. I hope people on Twitter are watching. Hey, everyone. Hi, Twitter people. Hi, YouTube people. So, you know how when somebody shows something on the internet or shows a UFO video, then he or she starts getting people coming to their channel, and then that person starts losing it a little bit, starts feeling important, and starts changing the way the research is done. So that's what I've done. No, I'm kidding. It's not going to happen. The research doesn't change. I do the same things as I've always been doing. I answer questions for those on Twitter that are curious about the research I do, want to know about the telescope, want to know about the infrared cameras, want to know why I'm seeing things and others are not. It's very simple. There's no tampering, no trickery done. The video we're going to see is exquisite. I hope today I'm going to make history, but in my world. I make history in my world every day. And I'm going to show a biological living organism on the moon. I'm going to give a theory on its anatomy. Tune in. It's going to be good. Jellies, moon jellies, and the patterns that arrive in my life all the time for whatever the reason. When I looked up moon jellies, I didn't look up moon jellies. I called them moon jellies so people will recognize them. But anyway, it's not even worth saying because no one will believe it. But the information that I got, the ones in the ocean, are called moon jellies. They move around in the water. They move around in oxygen, pick up larvae, shrimp, and whatnot. So who says that that's not a possibility on the moon, that there's not larvae and stuff floating around in space? We're going to see today the STS-75 Tether Incident and all short things that we'll be seeing. We're not going to linger to make the stream last 2 hours so I get views. I only post in a video extreme stuff that I believe are extreme to me, and I keep it interesting, and I hope you will all enjoy it. It's going to be something out of this world to the 45 people watching, but there will be more people. You can't ask too much, on a Wednesday evening, not that late either, 5 o'clock in the evening. Thanks so much, everyone, for coming in, and we won't linger long waiting for the video. We'll wait till some people come in, that's for sure. We need 100 people watching. Star Hunter, how are you? We won't do like Redacted and wait for 10 million to come in, but they're smart to do so, because often they start the stream and people don't see it. Then people come in to where the stream's already started and they're like, what the hell was he saying? So you got some people backing up. You ever wonder why people comment in the feed? It has nothing to do with what's going on. It's because they just start watching the video further back. Thanks for coming in, everyone. Star Hunter, man. Thanks a lot, eh? Rogue Valley in the house. Thanks for the support, brother. Thanks for the comments, man. Everything that you guys do, I really appreciate it. Alex, thank you very much, man, for being here. Sabinator, I'm skimming through emails in the past few days. I saw real quick what you were talking about, Randy Church and all that. Great ideas. And I haven't replied to a lot, if not most, if not all of a lot of the emails. Got emails coming in from left and right. I try to answer a lot, and I'm telling you, it takes you, wow, like a lot of time. Today, for the first time, I can complain. No, very happy that I had to spend an hour to answer the comments on the last video, and it's not monetized. It's short. It's 6 minutes, so people will be able to take a look at a friendly encounter that I had with John Lear before he passed away. It was super cool. So I won't linger anymore on that. If you haven't seen the last video, please take the time to check it out. And thanks to those of you who have. The comments are beautiful they always are. Comments are always beautiful here. I only get 100 comments, but boy, are they nice. And often we'll get some, not often, but once in a while, somebody comes by and says, Bruce, are you writing your own comments? And I'm like, well, you trolls taught me that, right? No. Imagine how sad that would be, replying to yourself. Like, the guy literally exposes the moon in an incredible footage, but gets no views. So he replies, we love you, Bruce. You're the best, Bruce. You're the best researcher on YouTube, Bruce. It's not about being the best, eh? It's about getting truth out. And the beautiful thing is that some of you follow other channels here, MBB. I was going to say 3 Doors Down. What the hell's wrong with me? Third Phase of the Moon, whatever. Whoever you follow, it's fun that you can go to other space channels and get what you like from the space channels. Some people watch a lot of different space channels. A lot, not a lot of us, but some of us have different opinions. Well, yeah, quite a few of us have some different opinions on, what exactly is going on the moon. Today, I tried to expose some things and the research. Over the years, I have a lot of footage, and every time I show something, I'll show something in my favorites that I reshow time and time again. As you know, it's like a marketing plan, right? Like a lot of people say, Bruce keeps showing his a freaking structure at the end, that damn base that he keeps showing. But in reality, it was a weird feedback because I was expecting people to say more, more, more. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about the normal internet that I can't seem to reach. And even now, X platform talking about them closing. I'm sure they won't, but still, you can see that the suppression is high on how they're attacking Elon Musk, and how, you know when somebody speaks out in freedom um, um, of, hey, imagine me, I'm almost afraid of speaking about freedom of speech. Isn't that pathetic? Having to choose your words, or feeling sick and not being able to tell anyone you're sick. Yeah. Well, that's what we're encountering. That's what we've all encountered. My brother, Jason John Swartz, has a channel, loves doing streams a lot, gives his perspective, not just religiously, but a lot of videos now about the system that he wants to do, and maybe even some collabs with him. But his channel is down. So those of you that, a lot of you come and meet me on his streams when and some of you are there before even I'm there. He won't be there for a week because of a strike. So I'll try to give him a hand to get it back up or whatever. But it's often hard to understand when they take shit down. They come up with all these reasons and silly reasons. Crazy Music Space Jam, thank you very much. So give him some love, and don't wonder where he is. He'll be down for a week, so he's going to be needing some hellos to cheer him up for sure. Sabinator, hey man, thanks for being here, brother. We have quite the incredible video today. We're going back also. I said STS-75, the Tether Incident. Is there any of you that have not seen the Tether Incident yet? It's an incredible part of the mission that um, I don't think NASA deliberately exposed it, but sometimes, honestly, I tend to think maybe they do. Maybe NASA's under control about what they say and do. So they're out there working for someone. It's obviously not just NASA that says, I'll gather up some funding and I'll go out there and try to divert asteroids, right? It's not something that's done by NASA. They're working for someone. They're all working for someone. They have all these frontal organizations too. Now that the CIA, Global Access, Office of Global Access, we know that it's a wing inside of the CIA that's operating with operators, the hand down of retrieval objects, tech objects, alien objects, not only craft. They've been talking about that too. Um, in the news now, some more things are coming out. Don't forget, Christmas is coming, guys. Merry Christmas, by the way, everyone. Happy holidays for those that do celebrate it. David Grush and everything, Coltart and our Congressman Tim Burchett, Paula Luna, the Navy commander, all these people, and including a lot of other um, whistleblowers are coming out. But Christmas is going to go blow over. And then after that, it's going to be the name calling. They're going to be naming people inside of the Congress and the government as the ones that are, they already are, the ones that are blocking the truth from coming out. The Senate's Bipartisan Transparency Act is being held back by the Pentagon, being held back by defense. They don't want them speaking about anything. It's not for nothing, right? We found out the CIA had a wing of, they got SEAL teams, guys. I wrote the other day in the community, who thinks there's a SEAL team has gone to the moon before? People are laughing at me saying, what the hell would a SEAL team be doing on a dry day? No, well, maybe they're diving in the oceans on the moon. I think the story is a lot deeper than any of us think, even maybe than what I have found and think. John Lear says, Bruce says, it's a holographic image. I believe in holographic projections as a possibility because everyone's asking me. I've always told you it's an atmosphere. The clouds are hiding the surface. How is Earth hidden? Clouds. That's it. You don't have to build roofs, but you do have to build certain roofs or tops when there are clearings, right? And more and more there the coming weeks. There'll be lots of short videos up, by the way, daily short videos. Thank you, everyone, for watching the short videos till the end. I really appreciate that. It's going to help the algorithm of the channel, trying to really push it out there. Sabinator, bro, thank you so much. Gifted out. And now there's talk about the gifting out, guys. When and if you receive a gift as for being a membership, you'll have all exclusive rights. You'll get the emojis, you'll get the videos on the other side, and a nice badge beside your name. A lot of people like being part of the community, and thank you very much, Sabinator, for that. You rock, man. So how are my people on Twitter? I want to thank you all, the people on Twitter that are joining my Twitter channel to help me grow the community and to help me share some of the research videos. Those people arriving to the channel that disagree on the research, or it might be a little bit hectic. I post too much. I post not too many videos, but I post too many things that are occurring, like a UFO getting shot at. Then the next video is a UFO shooting back. Then it's a UFO shooting, two UFOs shooting at each other while a UFO fleet goes by in the background. So people are like, come on, a lot of people probably going to think it's clickbait. You're going to have to get to know me, who I am, and whatnot. Never wanted to use anyone pushing out my research, and never use anyone, famous or not, unless Elon Musk pushes me. Anyways, I wouldn't even with Elon. I don't like using somebody as a gain of getting my research out there. But honestly, I'm honored, man, guys, with what John Lear has said and spoke about my research. So it gives me a little bit of vindication to the research, anyways, credibility. But it's not about credibility. Some people, even with credibility, even with a fact and evidence, visual proof and whatnot, some people are going to be different in their opinions. Some people are going to disagree or disbelieve. We've got a lot of cool people coming by last video. Thanks, everyone. Commenting, Bruce, I don't believe they went to the moon. Or I believe they went to the moon. Or, I like your research. I don't believe in a holographic image, but, I'm open to it, guys. I believe a holographic image can be created, right? Because we can create it here on Earth. Is it done on the moon? I don't know. That would have to be pretty well coordinated, considering that the flip and everything now and everything changing. A smoky, hazy surface is very easy to hide the surface. As a matter of fact, the surface is not hidden, and I can very well see that. Sure, I'm breaking through the veil there, but it's not like I have a key or a special program to do so. It's an adjustment of the exposure. Anyone can do it. Literally anyone can do it. And I'm going to start more and more showing you all at the same time on screen in the editor what I'm doing. Can you imagine with the editors of $3,000-4,000? Yes, I've looked them up, and yes, I know what they can do, and I know incredible. I mean, it would be mind blowing. Well, maybe that's what kept me alive. Look at it that way. The research that's here is a lot clearer in my house than I am showing, not because I'm trying to deliberately, hide it. When do you see me plastering my name or putting my face all over the research so that people know it's Bruce Swartz, Montreal, Quebec? I don't even do it. People took the research, they changed it, they try to change it, and they get pissed off when they try to zoom up and they say, oh, what the hell is this research? I can't zoom up on this friggin' image. Well, I'm close. The images are already very close. And when you zoom up on an image and you see pixelation and stuff, it sort of destroys the image. But even in one of John Lear's image that he grabbed of mine on his wall, looked at the image, you see there's 6 specks black in the center of it running down. They're squares. That's a pixel. But you could see that pixel is over a part of that image. But I'm not telling people that those pixels are buildings. That's the difference. A pixel layer is a layer over top of the image, and it's not in the image. And some of you even commented, it's not a descending tunnel that goes into a crater. A pixel won't do that. So it's quite simply the truth, It's all about that. Zach, how are you? Thank you very much. I love you guys. Thanks for the inspiration. By the way, subscribers, sad to say, embarrassing or not, 2% of my subscribers watch the videos. On the last video, because John Lear was in it. Thank you, John Lear. People watched 15% of the video. The goal was to get subscribers to subscribe to the channel and possibly not look at the videos, because I don't get views from subscribers. But now, since subscribers have been subscribing from Twitter, They're authentic subscribers, and they're starting to, and some from YouTube, very limited, but they're starting to watch some of the videos. So I really thank you all for that. Like I say, daily short videos that I'll be getting out. Aussie Sue, thanks for the kind comments too at the same time. Queensland, Australia in the house. Lias, Hauser, thanks you guys. Scott Robinson is in the house. Scott, sir, I received your email, man. And I have yet to play the music. I'm not going to hide it, bro. I received this. I received a beautiful letter. I did read that. And I received this. So I thank you, my musician friends, at the same time. And I promise Friday's stream, I will have listened to it and give you feedback. Christmas is coming. The research is not going to stop, everyone. I'm going to be continuing here. Thank you very much, Scott. That was very thoughtful. Star Hunter. Anika. My feet have never been ever warmer. Hello, my dear friend, Anika. Moving right along. George, how are you? Hey, hope you guys are excited for the video we're going to see. Bruce never posts a 20+ minute video, but it's going to be exciting. And I absolutely want to post it. I will be here doing the narration at the same time. There's a little bit of a part that's already narrated near the end, looking at biological moon jellies, biological living creatures, the giant jellyfish. It's see-through flesh, water-like creatures. And if the surface is bright, I mentioned it 3 days ago. I want to start mentioning some of those theories because they will wind up on other channels now. Bruce doesn't have a thick head. I'm just finding the way some people went directly. The goal in the community of researchers is to cut throats. It's for the first one to get to find something before somebody else. I didn't know that. Honestly, did not know that. I'm a bit naive on that side, I guess. Imagine if those jellyfish, which we're going to look at, mine, and we're going to look at the ones that the Tether Incident STS-75 mission showed us. And I'm going to ask you, what's the possibility of them, since I will show you that they are bioluminescent? Okay. We'll be talking about that. I've talked about it during many years ago, actually, talking about bioluminescence, talking about jellyfish in the ocean. Some of you will remember the videos, doing some comparisons with some of the objects I've found on the surface of the moon. But now, actually seeing some living organisms. Imagine the bioluminescent lights, the creatures, okay, living organisms that land on the moon and sit in the sun all day and suck up whatever in the dusts of the wind that are going by. And the surface is very, very bright and refractive. So when I'm looking at a spot of light or a crater and I see these lights come up, it could be that some of those lights are living organisms. You know, I say it in my research all the time. Sometimes it could be a UFO, or sometimes it could be a living creature on the moon. But there wasn't much interest from overall, as a whole, the world, when somebody posts a video called Creatures. You see a lot of people posting creature videos, and they're not real videos, and it gets so many views. I never understood why real research would not get views, but I never really searched far. When you're jammed, you're jammed. A lot of people say they're shadow banned, but they're not. When you go see on someone's Social Blade channel and you see they're getting thousands of views, have you noticed the jump recently in the views? Like, you'll go back 7 years and my channel always got 1,000 to 1,800 views a day, and sometimes it was 300 to 500 views a day. And most of the time that the views were low, it was when I posted a video. When there was no video, sometimes I would get more views. It was really odd. You can see when you're looking at your algorithm and the whatchamacallit, yeah, the algorithm, you know, when you're looking at that analytics, sorry, you can see when there's a manipulation. I was trending on Social Blade today at 42%, and it cut down to 6%. So those are things that don't happen. Usually there's a gradual rise or gradual descent. In my graphs on all my videos, it goes up like a flagpole. And when it gets to 1,800 views, it goes back down completely. So you see a line go up and a flagpole line go back down. It doesn't wager out. It goes up really high, and then you see that there's a drop in the views. So that's when you know when and if there's a manipulation or not on your channel. Good evening to you. Hope you are well to you. Hope you are well to you and your family and friends today. I am, and thank you so much for being here. Rod R is here. Leah is here. Also, I got some mail. A family member picked it up for me, and I will be down in a day or two to pick that up. So if anybody sent me anything and is expecting a reply, I will be able to reply back to you. Or try not to do like I'm doing to my friend Mr. Scott. Sent me some music that I want to listen to. By the way, Ace 1007, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member, you guys. Thanks for the comments also. If you're new to the channel, I do try to reply to everyone's comment, and I can't, but I can because there's never any comments here. And now when the comments start, I actually dare you on Twitter to try to flood the comments of the videos, because you'll never see me not answer all the comments on the videos. As of now, I always have. I just don't get enough comments. But the more comments there are, I mean, if some of you must be curious. And when do you get a chance to go to a channel where someone's actually showing real things like lunar waves, meteors, and objects hitting the moon, and UFOs and biological creatures, but that gives you a reply? I reply back to everyone and anyone, whether you have a big or a small channel. So that's for sure. That is for sure. Day 5 of fasting today. Count Derpula. I saw one in Buffalo, New York. It left the harbor and flew southwest right on. Looked like a giant indecent jellyfish. Now, I believe, Count Derpula, thanks, man, for being here. I believe that there are those creatures, let's call them, okay, if we're okay to say creatures. I believe that there are some around Earth. Those just arriving from Twitter and on YouTube will be looking at a very good video, 20 minutes. I promise in a couple of minutes we'll be jumping into that. If not, scroll back. If you don't have time to stay, come back and watch what I'm going to post. I should have posted it, monetized video and straight up. It's all part of my research, but I mixed it up. Got a lot of NASA stuff we're going to look at. Rarely, I show NASA stuff here, except for you'll see why. I'm showing what I'm going to show. I'm going to show the real good stuff. Also, a scrubbed mission, STS-80 or 85, that was scrubbed and taken off the internet. I'm not sure if I got a strike for that video by posting it on this side. I have it up on the member side. I'm still going to show it. I don't think so. If not, the two brothers will have a strike. And for those just arriving, Jason, my brother, John Swartz, has a strike for 1 week, so he won't be streaming, guys, and I'll let you know when he's back up. Eddie, thanks for being here, man. This Tether incident is awesome. It is, and we're going to look at it together. And the live footage, I have one that I converted it like I do with my research. It's incredible. Close up, you see other little creatures around the bigger creatures. They have a lot of characteristics that are very interesting. The dark nodes or nods or whatever knobs, or whatever the hell it is on the flesh around these objects. I believe flesh. They never said it was biological creatures, but I absolutely believe that they are. And we'll be looking at that later. Eddie, thanks for being here, man. Well, you know what? If they're very high up in the lunar atmosphere, that's going to be a big difference with the size. There's craters on the surface of the moon, one crater side by side, and one of the craters is in a descending area of the moon, 10,000 feet. They're both side by side. The one that's on the left is this big. The one on the right looks that big. Okay, maybe that big. But the one on the left that looks smaller is the biggest one. And it's hard to understand, but it's descending levels. So if you look at a crater and you want to do a comparison of a size, sometimes the UFOs are in depths, meaning They're not small, but they look tiny because they're lower. And you guys know it. In my footage, when I show the UFOs close up, you always see smaller ones. So when I zoom up on the smaller ones, guys, I always see even smaller ones. And it's harder and harder to get them in focus. Like you're going to see in the Tether incident once we started. Lots to see in the video. We got a 20+ minute video to see. Lots of trolls come here and pass off as me with fake channels. Bruce sees all, so be careful both on Twitter and YouTube. If you get insulted by someone in the community passing off as me, and when I stream, people don't pay attention to the video. A lot of people will try to come and troll the feed. So it doesn't matter. Let them troll and we'll block them after, whatever. Just watch what I have to share because it is very important. It's breathtaking. It's what you are all looking for. If you are truth seekers, if you want the real truth and you want to know what the hell is on the moon, you want the good stuff, the hidden stuff. I'm able to show some stuff without being able to confirm to you what it is. Everything you see here, I add a theory with it. I add no conclusions, no confirmations of anything except for what I always confirm. What I believe is that the moon's inhabited, but it's still not a confirmation. I just believe it. Esoteric teachings. Thank you very much for being here. Terraform Congress. Absolutely, absolutely. They could be terraforming the moon. That can be all the smokes and hazes actually that we are seeing also on the moon. Purple Alien is here. We have an incredible video, everyone. The VCR smoking gun videos. Well, you laugh, eh? But a lot of VCR videos. I mean, they are smoking gun videos. Whether it is VCR or like listening to music on 8-track, I mean, hey, proof is proof. Vinny, how are you, man? Thank you so much for being here. Absolutely. This is what a lot of people are going to be fighting over. UAP stuff. As a matter of fact, it's all paranormal researching. Look at it the way you want. All paranormal researching. And everything that we're witnessing as phenomena. When somebody says a UFO, we each have a different perception of aliens and what's going on. So somebody, when they say UFO, they mean spaceship. Some people don't have in their vocabulary spacecraft or spaceship, right? They started out with unidentified aerial phenomena, then they say unidentified anomalous phenomena. I shoot them in there myself. Unidentified, like one of the last short videos I posted, unidentified intelligent being. So UIB. You're going to say, what the frig is a UIB? That doesn't exist. Neither does a UFO. We call it UFO. The same reason why we call black holes, because we can't see them and they're black. We only see the atmosphere around it, right? It's stupid. Black, a dark matter. We call it dark matter because it can't be seen. But now it can be seen, not with the naked eye, but consists of 90% of the entire universe, so they say. Same. Rick Herr is here. Thanks, you guys. I'm going to jump all the way down. Hey, thanks again, Sabinator, man, for gifting out. If you guys have been gifted out recently, got to thank the people that have gifted you out. If you're able to see who it is, I hope at least that they can see. LA's in the house. Thank you very much. Right on, LA. Thank you very much for sharing that, my dear friend. How are you, LA? Nice to see you. Zebsten is coming out too soon. Yes, I saw that this morning, actually. Yes, and apparently all I'm going to say is the list has some high-ranking people on it. I can't wait. I wonder if they got any kings on it or anciennement princes, and I don't mean the singer. Oui. Danny, how's it going, brother? Happy to be here today. Thanks for the live. My pleasure. You guys are going to flip out on the video. The guy's like, would you shut up and show the video? Andres, thank you very much. Teno, Ortino, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Saludos from Florida. Muchas gracias, amigo. Thank you. Any recommendation for a 6 or 8-inch telescope model? Yeah. Cosgrain Celestron. There's one that has a focal length of 1100 millimeters. When I started out with that, it's a 5. If you get into a 6 or an 8, brother, you're going to be seeing some nice stuff. You're going to be seeing the same stuff as me, and you're going to be seeing it only a little bit smaller. Well, I get up pretty close. If I showed it out, sometimes I show how far away that I get some of the structures, and people are like, well, how the hell did you zoom up on it? It doesn't matter. I still did. You know, a suggestion. I'm always careful suggesting, but the Celestron cost grant, I would check a Celestron. And get this, there's lots of models. There's lots of different companies that have telescopes. Celestron, you owe me a shirt, you guys. These guys owe me maybe even a telescope for what I showed on the moon and advertised for Celestron. It would have been a good advertisement for have Bruce Swartz saying, you guys want a 14-inch scope, and just show the research, Yeah, wishful thinking. Maybe my head is getting a little swollen. No, it's not. I would suggest, brother, that you get yourself the Cosgrain to look into that one. A 6, oh my God, or an 8 would even better. I never experienced a 6 or 8. I jumped to the 14 because I knew I was going to like the big telescopes. I was going to get an 11 at the beginning, and I said, what if I regret it? But man, you would be surprised the differences with the 8, like John Lear had 6 or 8. I think he had an 8. The difference between an 8, 11, 14, and 16. The differences are not much if you don't do anything with the telescope. You're going to see clearer though. Like me there, it's to get the small objects. That's what I want to get. You know how the pill form shapes that you see in telescope always oscillating? You see inside the craters there's these little pills that everyone thinks are domes, even though there are domes, but they're not there. Those are little craters, smaller craters that are not in focus with the telescope. And people take pictures of them and say they're domes. There are dome areas, what look like domes on the moon, People say, Bruce, if you're so close, why aren't you showing the glass domes? Are there any? Maybe it's harder to see because of the moon being too smoky in a certain region. When I got really close to the moon, it was also when the moon was really close to Earth, by the way. Remember that one? The closest it had been since the 1800s. And with my 14-inch telescope, holy crap. I told everyone, I said, guys, we're outside on the moon. I'm seeing shit around Aristarchus crater that I've never seen before, which, by the way, I show the lights inside of Aristarchus crater in the short videos. A lot of the findings of the research coming out in the short videos. And I hope you're noticing that I'm redoing them, and that I always have, but they're a lot better. And with the short format, we're going to be able to see really well. Yen Truck, thank you very much. Thank you. Actually, thanks a lot. That's right. Jason is now on Manic Mystic. Love it. Love the name. I love it. No, absolutely. Jason is on Twitter. So go and see him there. And that is the link. Leah, thank you so much. I don't even know if he was there or not or active yet. He's going to be able to stream from his YouTube to a Twitter and attract a lot more people also. Look, I'm doing it. Twitter's amazing. No. Hang on, Twitter. I know Twitter, they're getting impatient. Don't leave. Brian, what's up, man? Guillaume. I'm going to jump in the video now. I'll never be able to get to everyone's comment either way. Dan Roxio, thank you very much. Bruce, you're the moon. Master Blaster, my friend. Anyone remember the show Space 1999? It had a shapeshifter lady in it. Yeah, I remember that old one. She had reptilian eyebrows. The truth comes out in the movies. That's the scary thing. A lot of people say that. Yes, we are in contact with ETs. I think that we're doing secret projects on the moon. I think the world's going to have access to finding out that we and aliens are on the moon. Or now listen, breakaway civilization theories, bring them on. There's lots of theories, And for the theory that somebody says that they see that the moon is a reflection of Earth, Well, why would we see UFOs? That's the thing. And you know, I have a problem with that theory. And I'm not saying I disagree with it. I have a problem understanding and getting into that theory, like the holographic image. I believe they could put a holographic image on the moon, but in areas done with lights. All those squares that you see connected could be a Tron gridlock line that's connecting the electricity throughout the entire moon and causing us an obstruction to be able to see the surface with a little bit of haze and mirrors and smoke here and there. I think it's a pretty easy conclusion as to how they're hiding the surface. I don't think it's. I really don't think it's more complex than that. I'll have to close that window. I don't know why I had it open. Forgive me one moment. I'll be right back, everyone. And we'll jump into that video right away. So where are all the people that want to see the UFO stuff that make you people like me that when you watch that, your heart starts pounding and you start getting excited and you think of all these things that happened thousands of years ago. The more information I find out about the UFOs, do you guys find that the more um, the story is quite simply coming into place? Like we've always sort of thought already what's sort of being revealed and whatnot. Thank you, Darla. So Jason on Twitter, like I said, and hey, some of you that are curious about me and my family and that are always trying to locate me, you got a brother there to go and harass. So go and check him out. We're not harassable. We're just we take slaps. I'm telling you, we're used to it. Crow 777 had some interesting captures. Absolutely, absolutely. I had an interview with him also. Yeah, Crow, the not the double. I got the double. Crow, 10 plus years ago, got the lunar wave. There's the spacecraft flying around that he believes is not alien. Back then, he didn't believe it was alien. Crow does not believe we can leave Earth, and if he does now, well, that's a difference. Because in the interview with him, he did not believe that we were able to leave. He said they are 100% in contact. Yeah, it's pretty exciting also, eh? Mr. William Shuttles. Roll call here. Right on. Wait till we jump in this video, dude. You're going to freak out. Go to the bathroom, guys. Grab some popcorn. It's going to be a nice long 20 minutes. But it's nice 1.5 hour stream. Wednesdays, we'll limit to that. Wonder if the moon atmosphere clears. We see a Death Star. I'll be honest with you, George. Yes, because honestly, the way it's all connected, it does look like a spaceship. I honestly can't believe that I'm saying it that way freely with a serious face and not even astonished, but I really do think it is. I'll be honest with you. Um, because of everything, the way it's connected, it has to be something that's manipulated. And, 2%, it is. It's crazy, man. It is what the F is that about. And that's what I said. Nicole S., thank you very much for being here. I was blown away when I found out that only 2% of the people watch. 1,257,346 impressions that they sent out to people for the before last video, the one that only got 1,000 views, my best one, spacecraft video. Back up 3 videos ago with the green icon. It's the best video I've ever made in my life. One of the best. And out of the 1.3 million people that were recommended the video, they told me that 86,000 people clicked on it. I don't believe that only 86 will click out of 1.2 million. I would more believe that maybe 300,000 would click or 400,000 would click, but that's how it is. That's how it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. Josh, thanks you guys. And thanks for being members. The moon's reflective surface, wouldn't it just be reflecting structures from Earth? Hey, man, I hear you. Earth shine, right? Seems odd to put things on the moon without atmosphere to protect it from meteors and asteroids. I don't know. Thanks, Bruce. Right. So maybe there is an atmosphere higher, and maybe there is not any problems with asteroids bombarding the moon at all. You know, maybe like, I mean, honestly, when you do a bit of studying, asteroids and meteors are supposed to be cone shaped, and they come in sideways and they hit in the atmosphere and they come in and then they dig into the ground and then they cause this big mound to happen at the end with this little strip on the ground. There's none on the moon, not one. I think there is one that looks like something like that, you know. But they say that the sun is causing light not directly to go on this on the moon, on Earth's side, but Earth shines, so it's reflecting off of Earth, and Earth is reflecting off of the moon's reflecting off of Earth in a way, yes, because it's the moon's reflection. Sorry, the Earth is pushing its light onto the moon because they say the moon's not an illuminated object, but it is an illuminated object. When you go on the surface of the moon, okay, get this, simple. I know, I no, I don't know, but I believe I'm right. The lines are connected to the piles of shit that are burning. It's fusioning. It's the energy on the moon, whether it be for the spaceship or volcanoes. I don't think it's volcanoes. And those lines have energy going through it. The white energy that's going through that tunnel or pipe, we see it white because it could be another frequency that our eyes cannot see. It could be photonic light that we're seeing. The same way somebody sees a ghost and sees photonic light, the same way somebody sees something like most likely the way the aliens would see us when they come here. Maybe they cannot see us properly. Maybe they can't see our trees properly. So maybe with what I'm showing on the moon, and we look at patches and they look like patches, maybe we're going to have a hard time distinguishing whether they are trees. So hear me out. These jellyfish are sitting on the surface of the moon, and that's all along the craters. And that's what is bright and refractive, this bioluminescence of mating jellyfish or moon jellies. I believe that around the moon, there's a thick, heavy, dense film of water that they are flying around in, and that they are breathing the oxygen that is in the atmosphere of the moon also. And jellyfish, as you'll see in the video, they are the ones in the ocean that exert the least energy to conserve. A jellyfish moves 24 hours a day, always bending and contracting. It opens its stomach, it sucks in the food, it sucks in, and it releases also at the same time, and it thrusts itself, pushing through the water. Well, that's what we see them doing in the video, and that's what we are going to see. So, Anika, thanks again for being here. Thanks a lot. Hello, all. How are ya? When you say hello, all, are you talking to me or hello, all? No, no, Bruce, you don't deserve to be called all. I'm not the all-seeing eye. I got two seeing eyes. Good night, creatures. Don't let the night grundles eat your toes. Yes, exactly. Don't let the giant bed bugs bite. The size of, I could just see the capsule going to land for the first time. They're very quiet and they're nervous. And all of a sudden, boom, this big jelly blob would come and cling on them, right? Like they do in the Tether Incident. There's no way in hell that the moon is not surrounded by those creatures. Why do creatures in bioluminescence activate the lights? When they're afraid, they activate it when they're horny, when they want to mate. It's true. So I'm going to show you these jellyfish reacting to a UFO leaving the moon in NASA footage, and they all illuminate at the same time, and they instantaneously all change trajectory. Rational mind riots. Let's get into it, guys. Hey, Auntie Honey, nice to see that you made it in. I saw your message saying you weren't sure you were going to make it. I was amazed to see your pictures on his wall. Hey, man, thank you so much, man. A lot of people didn't know that I connected with John Lear. A lot of people didn't know it. And he had all my research on his wall, which is absolutely amazing. And his friends got really mad. Like, guys, John Lear was showing all his CIA agent friends, all his astronomy researching friends, all of his, hunting buddies and military and pilot friends. I have a lot of pilots here. I do believe it's because of John Lear. Pat Kassar here from Canada told me that there's another pilot in the Canadian Army following me. A badass guy too. I mean, I'm blown away because people can come here without saying, "Oh, Bruce is the big shit." It's just that I found some stuff that a lot of people know that it's top secret. It doesn't mean that I'm the big shit, but at least people can come here and see some cool stuff. What am I just lingering on about? Let's go see that video now. And thanks to you. I promise I will listen to that, Scott. Like I said, absolutely. I've been a couple of days not doing the guitar with everything going on, but thanks for connecting, man. And thanks for being here also, since the time you have been. Let's share the video. Doom to doom. Oh, I'll show my desktop. You guys got to see this. Again, I cleared it yesterday. Made some short videos today and yesterday. Entire screen. I want to share the screen, and I want to get me first of all down there. And no, then I go disappear, Bruce. And yeah, that's my desktop, everybody. All these short videos, almost just short videos, and a lot of other things. 18,000 videos on these. Let's get into it. A1 stream this evening. Enjoy. We're going to look at this together. We're going to talk about it. We're going to, there's no rule or law here about what we talked. Anyways, shut up, Bruce. Let's get into it. We're going to have some fun, guys. Enjoy. Thanks for watching and listen in. Nope, I'm not going to make you listen to the intro. By the way, my intros are shorter. I hope you notice. I'm going to try to stick in more videos, and you have to watch the videos. All my videos at the end, you hear me singing. And never will I ever take off those people at the end of the video. They are 1% of everyone that has helped this channel grow. So I was showing the movement of the light on the surface, right? I showed just a short video of it. Of course, I'll look at the original footage. You know, that's what I do here with the research. I go through things. I show them the best I can. This is a searchlight at the end of a UFO, and you hear me talking at 3:15 a.m. this morning when I woke up. And a searchlight could mean that for somebody to descend on the moon's surface, they would have to go down with scout crafts and not directly land because it's completely full of dust. That would explain why the big flashing lights also on the surface. This goes before, but didn't see what was in the background. Didn't have the other side of the footage, but there it is. Lots to see. Now here, I want to explain something. This object is out of control. It's on the over the surface of the moon, and it's traveling towards the telescope as I'm filming it, downwards or across the moon. And it looks like it's out of control. And again, take what I say and turn the volume off and just watch the footage, right? I'm just adding my idea and theory. I have to. It's my research, and I'm telling you what I think I'm seeing. You know, a bomb being dropped on the surface of the moon, or something that's crashing on the surface and that caused a massive explosion. I'm going to show you frame by frame, never before explained, you know. Let's look at it first together. You saw it, right? You're seeing it several times. But don't worry, we're going to slow it down. I can see quite clearly what's happening. This is real speed, by the way. Like that. So this object is spiraling out of control, and you're going to see a red dot. You see that? Let's back up here. The whole footage starts by this, where it gets interesting. One frame where you're going to see this red spot, and It's already starting to illuminate the background. I'm going to clarify this with the original footage this week. There's lots we're going to see. I think there's more like 9 or 10 explosions in the footage that I have. And advance another frame. Now it's unseen, right? But we have still this redness. This is the object there going down into the haze. Another frame, still nothing. And then Patlao. This object is still going by. Thanks for your patience, community. But it's important for me to explain this one. I'm blown away that, and so are the people that this was dropped on. I'm blown away that that's not news worldwide, because that's a wide area. I'm just going to say that. But whatever it is, let off something. Understand? And this is the collision with the surface of the moon and massive. Another thing I haven't mentioned, there's no time. You're going to see other objects take off after this big blast, which is the projection of the projectiles from the center here outwards as everything flies outwards. I mean, this is, projection of whatever dust or whatever is on the surface of the moon. And you progress to the next frame. There, the red dot and the explosion like that. And then, of course, the brightness just takes over. As you'll see, there it is. Now watch the flash. Watch what pops up. See? Hard to see, but obviously you know it's fire, right? On the surface after that object was dropped. There. And then it's not much. It's not much. It's not much, but there. The red dot I showed you. And I know in bomb footage, the military, okay, what it looks like. I've seen some of you have seen some, and that's what it looks like. And that is another explosion after this exploded. Something else blew up on the surface. Else here, what's that? And the surface is bright, bright, bright. And again, spots here with other spots. Something was launched from the surface. So all this is occurring quickly as you're looking at this footage. Progress forward here. So you see that? Boom, 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 boom. Another one there. So let's see that again from the beginning together. Watch this. Boom. It drops it. It's something that was launched, and that object in a controlled descent is launching other bombs that hit the surface or explodes in the atmosphere, whatever. I would say the surface, it looks pretty drastically serious, what we're looking at. So there you have it. Now let's do something here. We'll just let it progress here. I want you to see each frame properly. And nothing to lose. There's no rush here. This will take more years because I have a lot more work that I want to do on the images, and I have many years of work now ahead of me, which is good. There's going to be lots of new all the time. Even if this is footage from 2022 or 2021, watch this. Quite simply, the green to help the eye. Something on fire, spiraling around in the atmosphere. We can't see the surface, and then we can, right? Because then that thing was launched, and it's quite clearly seen. You can quite clearly. Yeah, sorry about that. It was John Lear's video that I posted before, and I had to add it in the video. But yeah, the corn going around, getting red. You have to look at all those features too. This is not filtering, just straight up fire on the surface of the moon. And you know what? I was only able to see that fire by bringing all the lights down. Look, you don't see a surface. And if I show you the surface, you're not going to see the bomb. Hard to understand, but no, that's how they hide the moon. They have to have a reflective surface to hide the surface. If I grab this, bring up the intensity of light together. I've not done this before, well, myself, yes, but I haven't showed you everything. It would take hours of video. Now the more interest there is, at least it's more encouraging to make the videos. But again, I have never stopped. Watch this. And we're watching it with more light, not added light either. Just, I took less light away because you have to take some away to be able to see the objects and to see what's happening. It's a simple technique. Here, we'll slow it down here as it's progressing. Hopefully you have a bit more light there to see it. Wow. It's pretty incredible. Holy shit. Spiraling out of control, an object on fire, some type of projectile, and from it, another object or something under the surface quite simply just shot up. Yeah, it was. Shut up. Imagine seeing a quarter of North America ignite like that. Boom. Launch, and then boom, further away. As I mean, oh my goodness. Pretty incredible. What do you all think? I mean, it's, yeah. But again, this light, search crafts on the surface, you can see their light there. Now, obviously, I can take that light down, try to get as much light as we can on it. But what's in the background here, you want this. And I want to show you this. This is normal. You cannot not have that. You'll have that with a $40 million camera filming through clouds. This is the light from these objects that are emanating inside of the clouds. You know how light travels through clouds? I mean, we all study that. I mean, here we talked about it a lot, and light traveling through the clouds will do this. And that's why I get to see some structures on the surface that people don't. The UFOs are literally like, hey, Bruce, let me shine the light on you. It's incredible. Doesn't it sound, sounds crazy, but much, because once you take down the light, like, you don't want to take this down. You want to see this because that's proof that this little object that's beside this big ass object that I was filming is pushing its light beam into dusts and hazes. That's confirming to us that all this, as we're watching it like this, is really occurring. As you see that the light is interacting and traveling through the haze. So they like it when I say that these are UFOs, because if they're not, and it's a defense system on the moon, they probably wouldn't like me mentioning that. See the lights interacting on the ground, on the lunar ground. You see that? Before it takes off, it's even connected the line of energy. Watch, look, there's a line of it connected to the ground, and that energy, terahertz, is shot across the moon. Think of it, what we're looking at. If I had the proper explanation, because when I tell you it's a UFO, you're all imagining a guy in the craft taking off, and you see the smoke at the back or light at the back. And I've mentioned that little black dot could be the craft, and which obviously is, but it doesn't mean that it's a craft. Somebody mentioned it just before. A UFO or UAP are the same. They're unidentified. It's anomalous phenomena. You can't call a UFO craft anomalous phenomena. A UFO, that's why you'll see in this video also a real spacecraft. What I believe is a spacecraft, and how I show the spacecraft, and you're going to see it. It would probably shut down the system. Like, they're hoping we don't come to an understanding. So if I tell you that this is not a UFO, imagine it being, I have to be careful, guys. Imagine it being they're in a war, right? And we have advanced weapons where, Scud missiles and stuff. We see the fire in the sky, right? It's all going by like. Well, imagine them being able to send a pulse, whoom, of massive terahertz energy that would obliviate anyone into oblivion. It would just like disintegrate anyone. That's scary as hell when you think of it, because if you imagine that this is a weapon, you'll see these videos very differently. But hello, what do you guys think of this? So the UFOs, projectile or not, craft or not, is exploding. We're seeing an explosion of the amount of energy for the UFO to go from here to here in 1 second would take the entire amount of energy. Gary Nolan, the physicist, said this would take the entire amount of energy that the entire planet produced in nuclear energy for 365 days for 1 split second. It can't be done by humans. And that's why science today believes, and Pentagon and NASA and everyone, listen, it's not human. I know that they have the tech, some tech, but we have the capability, but we don't have the place and room and funding and whatnot. So, especially not now because they're going to be losing their funding. Ocean of light when it takes off, boom, to propel itself across the moon. So, what explodes when it takes off quickly? Whatever, come to your own conclusion. Only so many. I'm sure you missed what I said. The UFOs, when they take off, look like they are exploding. It's an explosion, and this beam of energy takes off. Glass tubes on the moon. I believe also that this energy that we're seeing fly around might not even be UFOs, that it could be the energy we're seeing through the lines. And those lines could be transparent lines where we see the energy flying through it. And there's bright areas on the moon to hide the bright light going around. So that's why you see patches over the pipes. I friggin' know it. I'm telling you. Like they're hoping we don't come to an understanding, but hello, what do you guys think of this? So the UFOs, projectile or not, craft or not, is exploding. We're seeing an explosion of light when it takes off, boom, to propel itself across the moon. So what explodes when it takes off quickly? Whatever, come to your own conclusion. Only so many ways we can look at this, but many conclusions we can come from it. So I hope you enjoy the research, everyone. Hey, listen, it's all thanks to you guys and gals that are here. The channel is still up and that it's always thrived. Altogether, we're one hell of a This team. One amazes me. Thanks again. I'm still amazed by this one. It flips me out. Thanks, everyone, for allowing me to share the research this way, because I can share in the short videos, which are posted daily. Check them out, please. And I could share them, and you can all share them on your other favorite social media posts, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you are. Check this out. Another interaction, like hundreds that I've shown you just this week and last week, with the surface and a UFO. UFO hovering over top. Light seems to take up. If it's not coming from the UFO on top, it's the light and the surface that they're both reacting simultaneously, right? These lights, there's a reaction with the surface, there's a reaction with the lights at the same time. And even what looks like some of them are being destroyed by lights coming up from the surface. So can't help but wonder the three-letter word, starts by a W and then, followed by an A and ending with an R. Just going to shoot that in there. Imagine an aggressive jellyfish. No, hear me out. Hear me out. Imagine that these are living entities, lights, and that when they get aggressive, they shoot out light. Okay. You'll enjoy some of the theories here because we have a lot of fun, and there's no theory here that's not fun to talk about, honestly, of what's going on. And but there are facts. Close-up footage that I'm showing, which is obviously top secret. Instead of starting a website and charging people, I want people to spread this. And I'm hoping that the more people get interested in this, we can create an amazing free channel altogether here. If we compare what we're looking at right now with jellyfish, jellyfish never stop. They never stop. This is the part where I want you to listen, please. Imagine this appearing on BBC or something, or bad example, and that this is literally something presented in the news. Never mind, it's me. You don't know it's me. It's presented by Mishu Kaku, okay? And Dyson's commenting on it, okay? Just for the fun of it. How would people react? They'd be amazed. But if a regular person shows something, even showing a murder on a video, people are like, yeah, it's a fake, So why? If we compare what we're looking at right now with jellyfish, jellyfish never stop. They never stop swimming. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They move through the water in search of food such as shrimp, fish larvae. on journeys that can cover several kilometers a day. They are more efficient than any other swimmer in the ocean, using less energy for their size than do graceful dolphins or cruising sharks. Their cost of transport, the oxygen they use to move, is 48% lower than any other swimming animal. By studying moon, the oxygen they consume is less than any other animal. If there's less oxygen around the moon, right? Swimming animal. By studying moon jellies, did you know that the jellyfish that this article is talking about are moon jellies? Anyways, that jellyfish pull off this feat by creating zones of high and low pressure around their body that alternately suck and push them forward. Scientists once believed that jellies traveled so easily because they were mostly water. But water has mass, and mass still has to be moved. As the jelly contracts, it creates higher pressure within its bell. If this was a jellyfish, but very comparable to it, from what I'm seeing in this image of what I filmed. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? I just zoomed in on this stronger than I've ever zoomed in on. And we're actually seeing something smaller, which would have been impossible to see because I showed this object as big as this. And I just told you before, when you zoom in, I didn't even see that. Anyways, you see it going by there. Look at it. Creates higher pressure within its bell. If this was a jellyfish, but very comparable to it, from what I'm seeing in this image of what I filmed, as the jelly contracts, it creates higher pressure within its bell, and the animal is pulled ahead to lower pressure. And this is by flexing the edge of its bell. The jelly just moves the vortex down and underneath itself. There, the vortex. There, something just happened where I'm going to be able to show you guys right there. See that? You see that wave there? A lot of people ask me, Bruce, sometimes, why is there a wave? This is just the program, guys, that I zoomed up. Do it yourself. It's because you're not experiencing it. But when you zoom up on an image, at one point, your editor, when you're zooming up, if you're zooming in slowly, you'll get that. So this is a part of a video where I was also zooming in slowly, and you see those lines there over top. So don't worry about the lines. Lower pressure. And this is by flexing the edge of its bell. The jelly just moves the vortex down and underneath itself. There, the vortex pushes water up as it spins itself, giving the jelly an extra shove forward. The mouth and stomach cavity are in the center of the bell, surrounded by flesh. Do you guys see any lines? It's not in my video. So when I show it on YouTube, I guess there's something here because I don't have that in my video. Isn't that odd? The jellyfish swims by contracting and relaxing a ring of muscles around the bell. The muscles open and close the bell, drawing in water and then forcing it out again to push the jellyfish forward. We're going to look at my research, lots of it, hundreds of different types of UFOs. Thanks, everyone. Creatures, whatever you want to call this. But then we're going to go see a recovered rare mission. The good stuff from NASA, an STS mission that was scrubbed off, that shows the exact same objects that I'm showing, the exact same way. That will help a lot for this research to get out to others and to get around the world. It's not that people aren't interested, it's that this channel's hidden. I got no problems with that. Look at this footage. What does it make you think of? If Luis Elizondo had given this video and said, hey, a Navy personnel let me know that there's bases on the moon and creatures, can you imagine how that would have changed the entire world? UFO dropping objects that are lighting up on the surface. Still my research. Watch this. Lights going by. Explosions happening also simultaneously. Massive plume of smoke
which would be miles wide, because don't forget, I would not be able to see this at that distance. I mean, the moon,
I'm going to clarify this one a lot better. It's incredible.
the distance of the moon and Earth, even large objects, we would see them extremely, extremely small. So, whatever this may be, it's in the lunar atmosphere. And now, how come people don't show it? Well, it's easy not to see them because the surface of the moon has the exact same reflectivity as the objects that are on the surface. Here on Earth, you're up in a plane, not too high because you won't see the houses, by the way. When you look at the surface of Earth, you go up but a couple of thousands of feet, and already the people are all disappeared. The trees, you can't see them anymore. You see patches, and the houses are almost invisible. So could you imagine trying to witness small objects on the surface of another planet? So they're in the atmosphere of the moon, and I'm telling you guys, they are extremely large. They're not small. Yeah, so we're going to go see very soon after we look at my research. Lots of research. Look, watch this. Let's head over to the moon. Oh, let's do a comparison with NASA footage. For me to show NASA footage, it better be good. This is mine, okay? But I'm going to show you the exact same thing with NASA footage. Watch this. Do you have any chills yet? This is NASA footage. Watch the explosion top left. Boom. And the reaction of all the living creatures. I mean, sorry, UFOs. Let's call them UFOs. Let's be safe and call them UFOs, right? Wouldn't want people to actually use their common sense and their friggin' minds to come to the conclusion that there's actually biological creatures in space or in the atmosphere of the moon. We got them in the atmosphere of Earth. There must be some in the lunar atmosphere. UFOs. And what was that? Who knows? But it's the same things that I'm capturing here. Again, NASA, rare footage, changing directions, just like the video I showed with my infrared camera. There's the explosion. There you see them get scared. Now, do UFOs get scared? Let me tell you something. When there's an explosion in a room with 20, 30 people there, okay, and they all react at the same time from the sound of the explosion, what does that tell you? If the UFOs are all moving simultaneously the minute there's an explosion or flash on the moon, it's because they're alive. It's not people sitting in UFOs or drones that are going to instantaneously at the same time react and pull away. Look at these jellyfish-like creatures. Also, another mission talks about these. Well, they don't, but show these creatures. The Tether Incident in that STS-75 or 85 mission. The Tether Incident. Look at the jellyfish. It's what I'm filming on the moon. Very similar. The lights are exactly the same, and we can see the activity. And I proved it with.
By the way, please like these videos and streams and research. I rarely show NASA footage. It's going to be demonetized. Obviously, I'm not going to put the monetization up, but if it passes or not, this is the STS-75 mission. Jellyfish or not, I've been talking about it. I've been showing it in my footage, what looks like moon jellies. I give it names now because people have a tendency of remembering it better. You know, the shard on the moon, right? The wall. When people have a name to relate with something, and there they are, bioluminescent. What they definitely look like they are beaming light, photonic light or whatnot. I don't know, but definitely not just the sun reflecting off of them. And they're expanding and contracting also. And you can see those black lines on the corner of their flesh that nobody knows what they are. Just absolutely incredible. Here's the camera out of focus.
zoomed out, and now zoomed into focus, and then boom around the tether as we start to see the creatures appearing through invisible portals, literally, or they're quite simply invisible and showing themselves because animals in nature, bioluminescent creatures, react when they are afraid, when they are afraid or intrigued of the tether that let off of the 75 mission, STS-75 mission that you see.
Sound cut off here. I don't know why.
When they are afraid, when they are mating, simply invisible and showing themselves because animals in nature, bioluminescent creatures, react when they are afraid, when they are mating, whatever. And I highly doubt that they're horny right now. I think they're probably more afraid or intrigued of the tether that let off of the 75 mission, STS-75 mission that you see there. And quite simply, like I was telling you about the light beings on the moon, or light creatures, or like today you saw the moon jellies. And it's funny, when I did the research, guys,
look at the pixels.
The real jellyfish that I was reading the research
they
from
say I'm
are
pixelated. Look at
called
that.
moon jellies. Like, for real. Maybe there's something to it. Anyways, not pushing the note here, but you can clearly see in the Tether 75 mission that there's something quite simply like my research that I'm able to capture. Even those luminescent objects, and you see it luminescent going by, expanding and contracting themselves, like a see-through, fleshy, watery creature picking up, floating through some type of space water. I think I should stop there. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Floating through some type
But
of...
instead, let's continue.
Let's do.
There's the jellyfish object. Notice there's a black line. They each have black lines on the corners around their fleshy parts. Weird. And whatever it may be, I have no idea. I heard some scientists mention and question that also. So quite simply, the beautiful life that's out there. So on the moon, it's not only about living beings and structures, it's about all the nature that's possibly in the moon's atmosphere and maybe on the surface.
There you go. I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you, everyone. Well, thank you very much, kind sir. Adios. Thank you, brother. Again, Sabinator, Elias, thank you very much. My goodness, Anika, thank you very much. Appreciate that, you guys. So did you like that? I hope so. I don't see anyone. Okay, there you are. You're very welcome, sir. Thank you, man. 62 likes is good. I hope there's more likes now. Hope you've all enjoyed that. There's going to be more researching videos every day. I'm looking at the sun. It's not out though, weather-wise. Even in the winter, I bring a telescope outside when it's not minus 20. Don't worry about it. We'll get the moon, lots of stuff. There's lots of stuff to look through. See what I've been pondering on just these past couple of weeks with the, dare I say, old footage. What is NASA's footage if mine's old? Antique, maybe? Because that's what everyone's researching with. Everyone is researching, quite simply, researching the same things that everyone else is researching with. They're researching with the same images. They're researching with the same theories. One person says the moon is a hologram. Then another person says, I think the moon is a hologram. And one person says, and like, you go back to the old researchers, and everyone's just saying the same things. Sure, some people bring some theories to the table, but I haven't heard any new theories. Haven't heard much new theories until I came here. I told people that the moon was colorful. You guys realize that the first time I filmed the moon and I showed a color image of the moon, they said that my work was fake. That's how silly people were. And me, in my stupidity, well, it's colorful. Why the hell is everybody filming a gray moon? I actually even tried to film the moon gray, and I have to put things in black and white. That's what NASA does. And you know what? When you put something in black and white, you hide vegetation, right? What happens if you're on the beach and you put the beach in black and white? What does the beach look like? The beach looks like, what the hell's my eye? My eye's been bad today. The beach looks like sand, quicksand, just looks like sand. You can change, you can manipulate what a surface looks like with a black and white image. Um, I can make it an old image of me wearing old clothes, like just with this hat and like baggy pants and a watch on a chain in front of an old car. I used to do that, you know. And why am I talking about that? Because I believe that NASA can do that. Russia intelligence. Putin was told that the Apollo mission images are all fake. This is all going to come out there. At one point, it's all going to come out. The funding has already been changed. You can be sure of it. It's already concluded that they're done scamming now. That I can assure you that it's done. That's conclusion on that side. But they're interacting with aliens. Hey, Andromeda, they're interacting with aliens. Think of it. Summertime, not smell time. That's Biden. Haven't smell time. Yeah, Biden loves his hair. Uh-oh. Rumble went down a couple of hours ago. Oh, Bruce, I hope it's not because of me they're going to close Twitter. Oh, Bruce, my God. Stop thinking you're so, so asked for, Bruce. You're so asked for. Space critters are mind-blowing. Thank you for your interest. Absolutely. Space serpents, I believe they exist also. All those jellyfish-like creatures, yeah, floating up there. Bring science in there, please. Absolutely. And more we'll be bringing it into that. I've been studying, especially the past couple of years, but not in detail, but now more about bioluminescence. Why, jellyfish. I mean, I studied for 3 days at one point about the octopus. Guys, there's so much we don't know. Octopus, what the hell? Something, a hair from going in front of my eye from somewhere. Octopus, they have brains in their tentacles. Every sucker has a brain in it. Each sucker. Not testicles, tentacles. I don't think they have testicles. Tentacles have a brain. Each sucker has a brain in it. And imagine how smart those creatures are. So if we see an alien on the moon, in theory, and it's a light being, or it's this little dorky thing that's flying around, doesn't have any clothing on, and just looks like a bug. What if it's intelligent? Is everything with clothing on intelligent, or are there actually things in space that fly around that do build and that are knowledgeable in civilizations and go from planet to planet? These things are traveling with the solar winds, I believe. That's how they travel. And the difference, the jellyfish, they even slow themselves down. They stop like that and they hover. Then they go like that. We see them in the Tether Incident in this video. We see them coming in from portals or appearing out of nowhere. They're completely disappeared. They're not there, and they appear out of nowhere. I wonder what's going to go on with Rumble. The sun is acting up, by the way. We had some sun activity. It was a C class just before I started, I think, the stream. Those of you on Twitter, scroll down the page. All this research that I posted there, some of the videos have not been seen, so I'm getting a lot of help from Twitter. I really appreciate that. And oh my God. Hope that I get the sun tomorrow, guys. Please hope that I get the sun tomorrow. Those of you very, very, very north of Canada will possibly be seeing some auroras, aurora borealis, because it is in the north of Quebec, and some other countries, but I can't even name the countries, like Kiruna, Murmansk, Kurtsensk, Tromsø, Reykjavik, and this, I don't have no idea, Ululu, Rovaniemi, lots of countries in the world, 200 plus, eh? So recently, a major X 2.8 solar flare. There's the coronal hole that was present. Right now, I didn't film it, but I'm looking at the sun and it is really bad. Hundreds of sunspots. Oh my God, aligned. Anyways, just let me share this for you real quickly here before we get off. Share screen. Entire screen. There we go. Boom. Let me take this down for you. There it is. Oh, why did it do that? Why did it do that? I wanted to get this picture big. There we go. So you can, I'm on spaceweatherlive.com, by the way, if you want to check it out. So this is an intensity gram, the HMI. And this is like for me, the sun, this is from the States, right? So grab all these. This, I will see it. It won't be on the edge for me. It'll be here. This one will be here. These will be about here, stretching here. And this one will be hidden for me. I see more of this side and America sees more of that side from you guys. So, oh my God, that's massive. Like way bigger than Earth, bigger than Earth, bigger than Earth. All these spots comparable to Earth here. So I'll be checking that out too tomorrow. For those of you that are interested in seeing the sun when it's aggressive, I don't film it when it's not aggressive, you know, so you'll get some nice viewing on that. That's for sure. Hopefully. And oh gosh, I can't forget. Yeah, I started this and I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it. We have another birthday today. Oh, happy birthday, Mama Bear. Happy birthday, Mama Bear. I'll keep them shorter. A lot of birthdays coming in. The singing astronomer, I can juggle. There's nothing I can't do to try to attract some people to the research. But the research explains itself. I don't really have to come up with any explanation of what I'm showing. My explanations are just theories. Oh, did you feel that, Darla? You guys in Quebec feel a shake? Must have been my electrifying stream. 50 more, we'll take it. We will absolutely take 50 more. I did good with my eyes tonight. I did good. I said like Family Guy. I did good. 80. Hey. Carl, I want to thank you for coming back, my friend. I got friends at the other end of the world. I love you, man. Thank you very much. Ho, ho, just got the notification. Oh, awesome. Oh, great. They're always late. Leonardo, thank you and welcome. Anika, thanks for welcoming everyone. The mods do a bang-up job here, you guys, and so does everyone else here. Mind-blowing space critters. Guillaume, absolutely incredible. Fascinates me. Absolutely fascinates me. I scroll all the way down, and I am going to miss some people, so forgive me. I'm not scrolling over you deliberately. McClurg, right on. Heavy G is here. General Sorrow, thank you very much, you guys. Mark Ferguson, how's it going, man? Plasma NRG used on the moon. Yeah, there's talk about that too. And listen, you know, there is a film of plasma around Earth. It's pretty cool when you think of it. There's the plasma film around Earth. You go high up into the different layers of atmosphere, and where the ISS space station is themselves right now, as they say, is 5,000 degrees. I don't wonder how it stays so white and clean. And in the movies, they show them out in space with their heads, freezing up because the cold air enters and it's not even cold in space. There are some cold regions, but absolute zero. It's not everywhere. Do you remember the Russian video of the cosmonaut changing ships, craft, going into the other craft? They're locked together in his white Russian T-shirt. Did you see that one? The video's out there. I think they do that deliberately sometimes, like to let people know like the truth. Most people are awake. I know one guy comes here to the channel. He saw one UFO. He didn't even believe in God or UFOs. And he saw one UFO beside the space station himself, and he caught it. He's never not stopped seeing. He sees them all the time now. He believes in God. He believes in UFOs. You know, we do this all of our lives. We go through this evolution of belief system. Not everybody, but most of us. We believe in something one day. The next day, we're going to believe in something else. And it's not that because we can't make up our minds. It's because we gather new information and then we evolve more. Science is an evolution. Science is a theory. Science, it's always evolving. It's always changing, right? The ideals and theories evolving, revolving in science are always changing, and all that because they based all the research on Isaac Newton and the researchers before him, and then from Isaac Newton to Einstein's theory, then to Tesla, and everybody's just imitating themselves. We need to develop a spaceship. The CIA has been doing secret projects on that, and they got caught in the um, black box. Also, sorry, the black vault. I'm getting old. The black vault, right? They talk about certain with the Freedom of Information Act, certain things that were declassified, and they got caught. The CIA got caught. Pentagon and all that defense doing missions with private corporations that they haven't even mentioned yet. Lockheed Martin is in the news. You're going to be hearing a lot about Lockheed Martin. You're going to be hearing about Boeing. You're going to be hearing, why do you think they hired me on maintenance 20 years ago at like $36, $40 an hour? Okay. Because they got a lot of money. They got a lot of money over there. When you were walking around inside of Boeing, when I was working there on a contract, that's all that's there. Contractors. Everything's compartmentalized. You have one section working on the nose. Then after that, the next day you come in, that bird's nose is sitting in another section, and somebody else is doing something else on the craft, And these guys, why am I talking about Boeing and Lockheed Martin? And also Grumman, Northrop Grumman. Northrop Grumman is a lot of people that are hired. NASA hires contractors and thousands of people to work on the Apollo missions when they're there. Whether they win or not, most people are working on the missions, never go to space. They're working in different compartments, and they're working on certain things that they have to do for the mission, not in contact with anyone else on the mission. People that are on Apollo missions have to remain there, by the way. A lot of the people got divorced at the Apollo missions. I talked to a guy personally who made, not true, I talked to his niece, but I got the words, Linda told me that, I know a guy that worked on the Apollo missions. As a matter of fact, I have an image here. Let me take 2 seconds before I get off and show you that image. There's a Mexican president in back. You have the little short spare astronauts that are in the image, and Cernan, a personal image of Cernan in his dress pants sitting on the rover as they were going out drinking every night. Also, after the missions, these guys lost all of their wives. Every one of them was single and or divorced because they had to stay there for a long time. Let me get the image. Well, that's how it is. Bruce always has disappearing images. So it went back to the moon, I guess. I'll show you next time. A guy is so disorganized and he can show us shit like that on the moon. Donovan, how's it going, man? Instead of sending billions to Uke, I'd rather see my tax dollars go to you and your research. Thanks, man. Absolutely. A lot less expensive, too. Imagine what I could have done with Hubble. I can only imagine. That's for sure. Hey, I'm overwhelmed, and I find myself, even with the attacks, that I consider myself very lucky to be able to have some people coming to see the channel. The channel has been growing this week. Fingers crossed, guys. The scary part is more views doesn't mean more revenue. Hopefully, yes. and hopefully there'll be more attention to the channel. Free channel with ads. That was the ideal when I started this, right? Couple of ads. And if somebody plasters thousands of ads on their videos, they're not going to get views. The ideal is to have the minimum. And you look, there's a whole bunch of ways of having just 10-second or 15-second ads on your stuff. Sometimes NASA goes all out. Somebody was presented a 5-minute video. Back and forward, guys. Come on there. Screw the ads, back and forward. Come back, or do like me. You scroll. Sometimes I get so mad at the ads. I scroll. You want to present an ad every 2 seconds? I go click, 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 click. I look at 10 ads and I go, okay, then I watch the video. So that's what I do. Kyler in Canada, thank you very much. Come on. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the videos, guys. Thank you, Anika. You're just as amazing. Trust me, my friends. I love you guys so much. Bruce, you should contact. I should actually, Eve. You're right about that. I never really did. And you know, some of you also, those of you that like sharing out research of people, the whistleblowers and stuff, share the work out. If you guys get me plugged in somewhere, I'll give you guys a shout out, boy. You guys know I give you shout outs anyways. Bruce doesn't work as shout outs. Remember when I said, I'm going to answer everyone's comment? I said that, and then the comments stopped. I stopped getting comments on the videos. So his highness is here, Sabinator. Thanks a lot, man. You guys, amazing. Elias Valhatla, Crazy Music Space Jam, supporting this channel all the time. Why doesn't NASA take photos of the far side of the moon exactly when the moon is in between the Earth and the sun? Because then the far side would be lit up, right? And don't forget, the dark side of the moon is actually the brightest because that's the side where the light is. That's what they say, right? Got Dyson getting mad at the, Pink Floyd. Dyson, scientists mad at Pink Floyd for saying Dark Side of the Moon. Ever heard of a song? Right. Yes. No, well, very interesting. Shaner, S87. Welcome, brother. I'll tell you what. That's also, I'm going to have all those meters, the EMF meters, and a whole bunch of stuff because I get close to UFOs, guys. I will be checking that out. I'm trying to find out if some of these lights are appearing close to, junctions and hydro junctions that are around here. But this takes years. It takes sometimes months, weeks, years, to research this. What blows my mind is that I see the moon within our atmosphere on a bright sunny day. Yeah, I hear you. A lot of people say, my mother has told me that before. Seeing clouds behind the sun or the moon sometimes, sure, they say it's most likely could be optical illusion, but is it really? Our atmosphere on a bright sunny day, I thought it was outside our atmosphere. They say it is, but actually, no, the moon is not outside of our atmosphere. And actually, it's something that has been said not too long ago. And the proper term to find that out, my friend, is looking at the geocorona. What is the geocorona? The geocorona is the furthest point in the atmosphere around Earth that there's oxygen in it, and to what extent that it extends outwards too. It's pretty incredible that basically you could say that the moon's sitting in lower Earth orbit. Look at it the way you want, because I don't know. It's hard. It's sort of hard to understand. But if the moon is, if there's oxygen from Earth past the moon, thousands of kilometers, if not 100,000 kilometers past, so the moon is completely inside of Earth's oxygen zone. Okay. And the moon is completely inside of the oxygen zone with a whole other section on the other side of the moon that has oxygen also. So all those little jellyfish, I believe, are breathing the oxygen in. If there's less oxygen in the higher atmospheres, Mount Everest, right? They're higher up. Those creatures must be slow, just moving around like that, massive. And every time they go like that, they feed, they shit, they feed, they shit. So I'm actually showing. One guy commented in on a video saying, "Hey Bruce, haha," I think it was Star Hunter, alien poop or alien crap or something like that, or Bob and with a bunch of you were commenting that. Yes, like the urine that I'm showing, fluorescent urine coming off of one of the creatures. The research has gotten weird. This week I heebie-jeebies, really weird. It's like I'm becoming a biologist now. And then it hit me. Holy shit. What does Luis Elizondo do? What does everyone do that's on the UAP task forces? The big biologist's secret, right? Um, Former U.S. counterintelligence, yeah, special agent and former employee. He's the one that they used to reach when they needed um, to understand something when it came to biology and light phenomena. So a lot of people saying, oh, he's a little twit, the guy. No, he's not. Whether you trust him or not, like I said, the interagency battle is causing agents on the inside to come out. Agents aren't all bad. Nobody in their right mind would think that they are. I'd sure as hell hope that they're not, right? Elizondo's claims he was a director. See how they say that, of the now defunct, just like Bob Lazar, they're ghosting him, of the now defunct Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, which I don't think is defunct, by the way, program associated with the Pentagon UFO videos. But this claim has been contested by both reporters and Pentagon officials. But who believes the Pentagon? Elizondo has also claimed to have held an array of leadership posts with the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, which has also been similarly contested. Elizondo has subsequently appeared in various media, including 60 Minutes, as a UFO expert, but critics question his credibility and credulity. I learn a new word every day. Elizondo is the son of Luis Elizondo III, a Cuban exile who volunteered to Brigade, a CIA-sponsored group of exiles formed in 1960 to attempt the military overthrow of the Cuban government headed by Justin's father, Fidel Castro, I added the father part, which culminated in the Bay of Pigs invasion. Elizondo was born in Guatemala. No, he was born in Miami and graduated from, who cares? I'm looking for his biology. Okay. In college, Elizondo studied microbiology, immunology, parasitology. He later served in the U.S. Army for 20 years, during which he ran military intelligence operations in Afghanistan, South America, and Guantanamo Bays. Camp 7. Regarding his military career, Elizondo stated he dealt with a lot of stuff like coup d'etat, black market terrorism, violent drug cartels, all that kind of stuff, he says. So, you can wonder who he is. Biologists. Why biologists? Because they're examining the aliens. Imagine being the doctor that's examining the aliens, right? That's trying to understand them. Just absolutely mind-blowing. Mind blown. Sabinator, thank you, sir. The drone is coming. For those that don't know, beginning of the year is here. We'll be shopping together to get ourselves an infrared drone to help a tool for my work and some incredible videos. I will be able to visit some areas that I wanted to visit, make some incredibly interesting videos. I'm in Canada, so you can imagine when the geese fly by, I will be able to send a drone up right up their asses and fly alongside of the drones with them. And if ever one of my propeller hits a duck, that'll be the last time I fly a drone. So we'll see what happens. I really want to thank everyone for having stopped by the channel. His Highness in the house, making it what it is. McClurg. Bruce, man, it's so cool. John Lear is such an amazing man. It is. McClurg, thank you very much, my dear friends. I was very lucky. It was an honor for me that he talked about it. A lot of people that some of you know that have channels did everything in their possible power, which was not much power, to be able to discredit my research, to say that I was showing pixelations. And even Walson at one point took my work and pixelated it and tried to, anyways, I witnessed Walson being kicked off John Lear's Facebook. And John Lear said, don't let the door kick you in the ass or kick you in the backside. And there was a lot of jealousy around what I caught, which is pathetic. And then I understood that on YouTube, it's just about being the most famous one, so that I guess you feel valorized. Me, I am valorized when you guys come here. I get emotional. For me, it's therapeutic. I feel energy from people, and when people come here, if you're at home and you're feeling that, wow, this is an incredible channel, I'm feeling the energy. I'm telling you. Solarhead says, well, remember the Tether incident? It looks like a bunch of jellyfish that surrounded. Absolutely. Like we just saw. It really does look like a bunch of jellyfish. Straight up. Susan Ravella here. I can never get everyone, but I'm trying here, guys. SW in the house. Thanks again. Thanks for asking, you guys. I had Twitter here today. I hope we had some people on Twitter. I assume we did. Let me go see here. I really thank everyone on Twitter for helping me grow my channel really quickly. Also, I hope Twitter doesn't have any problems with what they're trying to do against Elon Musk. And yeah, a lot of suppression on even Twitter that I'm seeing the past 3 days. You guys notice the views sort of slowed down? I'm hosting. I'm not even used to. Oh no, it's me. Duh. I'm not even used to seeing the streams. I'm not used to how Twitter's working. I was kicked off Twitter because things were, the freedom of speech bullshit that they were doing to us all the time. Aleos, je te remercie bien gros, mon frère. Mr. Sabinator in the house. Thanks for gifting out all the memberships. Pat, Darla, everyone who has. Never be able to thank you guys all enough for the incredible support. Susan, thanks for appreciating the footage. Thank you so much. Love you for it. Bear ZX3, thank you. Appreciate that. Timothy, thanks, man. Exactly my reaction when I saw all of this, guys. You do have to check out our friend Crazy Music Space Jam. He's got a stream coming up in a day or two, very recent, not too long, I guess. Thanks again, Susan. 114 likes. Keep them going. Darla, thank you so much. Darla's like that. You know when you go to the bar and you got that guy with the whistle and he's got the shirts all rolled up and he's throwing them out and he's the bartender. And you're probably going to say, why is the bartender on the counter? But that's what they used to do around here. Stand up on the counters. And that's Darla. That's what Darla's here. They get the people into the mood and stuff. I got a lot of people to support the channel. We really are like a family here. And Mother Son Man is strong. I'm not complaining, but that's pretty rough, mate. Hey, yeah, be careful. Hurry back. I like that. I like it even better you're saying that. Terraforming Earth. Really smart. Because in reality, that's their base. And they're not just terraforming Earth. I believe that they're probably terraforming the planets. Also possibly. This was a fun stream, everybody. We made it till 7 o'clock on top of it. Anika, thanks again, David Bowie, Sorrow played it just after I woke with your long blonde hair, then Starman, and then I went, was he telling us something? Listen, SW, every one of you guys and gals that pick up patterns or that think that something happened for a reason and that you neglect looking further into it and just blow it off, your loss. I listen to everything I see around me. Everything around me speaks to me, uh, not literally, and tells me messages, not literally, but literally in a way. Created by telescope and camera like Bruce and bring them to my place so we can party. Right on. I'd love to have you all here, guys. Be honest with you. I wish I was closer. Not closer to you because I'm close to all of you, but I mean closer physically. Be a lot of fun. LA, sending energy your way, my dear friend. Yes, nuclear energy. It's why the aliens are stopping us, and it's why yeah, humans can't use power for good. It can't be done. I think the human race as a whole will always have to be observed. Maybe one day when humans stop harming people and stuff, but you can't say that, guys, with all the poisons, and everything in the air alone and not alone, you know, humans aren't themselves. We're not ourselves. A chemical imbalancement, change in an enzyme, one chromosome, Down syndrome. You think of it, you go, "Oh my gosh, this person has," or somebody has a heavy retardation or something. You're saying they must completely brain fuck. No, no, not many differences, and it's scared because before I get off here, the governments know so much about the brain, and our brains are being back engineered. It's a scary thing, and they're connecting us with an electrical grid now, and the 5G, and there's lots going on with all of that. We don't even know if the 5G, actually we do. It's not very healthy for us. As a matter of fact, I live 0.9 kilometers from three of them. So that's too close when you think of it. Maybe the tech we don't even own on Earth. Exactly, LA. It's probably most likely. I want to see him too, Rational Mind Riot. Swerve and Delay. It looks like a massive fight up there. I think so, man. I honestly think so. I think that's what we're seeing. There you go. Electric alien jellyfish. And you know how they charge up? They have to land on the surface and charge up. They could be just what's cleaning the moon. They land on the surface, and then I'm telling you, big transparent jellyfish will come right up to an astronaut and kill him right away. Suck him right up. No way in hell they're going to be able to land there. McClurg, thank you very much. I love you for it. Thanks for the interest all of you have in my research. There's a lot of fake research out there. There's a lot of bullshit out there. And there are a lot of truth seekers out there that are trying to do good. And sometimes people get carried away in wanting to, pass off a star as a light, or some of you guys and gals have to really start understanding that the stars move behind the moon. And a lot of people are filming a star close to the moon, saying that it's a UFO very close to the moon, hovering and stationary. They do hover and they are stationary, but you have to zoom in. You have to be really zoomed in to be able to see them. And it's near impossible to see. You must know that when I really started zooming up the research, that's when I started seeing the smaller objects. So, just straight up. Thank you, everyone. We'll leave it at that. We had an amazing stream. I'm not going to repost it. I wanted to repost the video that was in this stream, but I'll just leave it at that. We'll always go over certain things. If you have any suggestions that you want me to talk about, certain points in my research that you prefer, maybe some of you like the sun. Always a lot of variation here. Listen, mods, everyone, I owe you a great big thank you for everything. Checking this week and throughout Christmas. I'm still posting videos. UFO with searchlights. You saw it today. You can tell people that Bruce showed what looks like, maybe you don't think it's a biological creature. How could it not? It's not debris, because nothing dead expands and contracts, right? It's just no two ways about it. Whether it's light beings or not, light is alive. We are light beings. We have light coming from our eyes and mouth and ears. And the aliens, when they look at us, when they come down here, they would see us also as light beings, because every one of us in the universe are of the same light. You could turn bad, but we're all created by a pure light. Everything created is pure, I believe, unless it's deliberately created to be unpure, like maybe a gray alien or maybe some of Klaus Schwab's goons or hybrid robots that they're trying to do. Ladies and gents, we'll talk very, very soon. And everyone, Anika, you guys, Sabinator, everyone, thank you very much. And I'll talk to you all very soon. Love you all.